Hello everyone and welcome back to some more Bazaar. We doing some more dually today, of course, same as always. Had some cool runs earlier I wish I'd recorded. I had a pretty fun one where I started with Time to Tinker, which is the when you haste get shield, and then I used a Armadillo carry, so. Some fun runs today, hopefully that continues. Pretty standard starts here. We'll just go for the most generic useful one, which is Strength. Can carry us for the first few days, depending on which weapons I can get. I'll just take Chris for now. I don't really want to refresh on the first shop. I'll go for Viper. I'm pretty sure Chris beats him just fine. It'll take 3 hits, but that should be fine. Especially with shield. There's a few different builds I've been meaning to try out, so hopefully we'll get to try at least one of them today. I'd love to do another Nitrogen Hammer build. I'd love to do proper Bell build. I'd love to do like a Flamethrower one. It's been quite a while since I've done Flamethrower, so lots of fun options here. Hopefully we get something interesting. So Viper down, hoping for Toxic Fang, of course. But a regular Fang would also be good. Gland is the worst possible drop from here. That's okay. Weapon is a nice vendor to get at least. Uzi is good. First Army Knife is actually surprisingly good, but it's 765. I don't think we can afford it because we have to reroll and look for Pulse Rifle, which we got. There we go. And if I'd bought the Chris, I wouldn't have enough money. I would have had to sold my my Uzi. The reason you want Pulse Rifle is because of the multicast, and so it basically multiplies the strength bonus by quite a bit. Very fun. What are we up? We're up against a double barrel revolver bayonet. I think we should have this. I don't have any flat damage on this, or any way to scale it. So this once would have been one of the scariest boards to come across, because there's like a whole patch where double barrel was best item in the game by quite a bit. But luckily, it wasn't too bad. We were able to get through it. Left-handed as well. So now we're getting like some pretty heavy weaponry skills. So I could definitely use Flamethrower if I get it at this point. But it's a little awkward when it's on the left side, but maybe we could get right-handed as well, potentially. Take Red Firefly, but I won't take Aiden. Feels a little mean, but I can't fit him on the board right now, and we need to save money to potentially buy more stuff that's valuable. Rocket Launcher, another triple cast. It's much slower than Pulse Rifle, but it still gets the job done by multiplying the damage of strength. Mirror, Shotgun Club would be quite nice, just giving us even more damage. Rust is, of course, quite good, and then the usual transmute options. Here, Null Bar is also not bad since we don't have any defenses right now, although we're kind of just trying to rush people down before they get a chance to use too many of their items. Shotgun Club is reasonable. I'm going to save it for after I get my core, because I'll probably pick a red core. We afford to go to the shop. Sharpening Stone is fine. We didn't really need the XP at this point. Probably still a good idea to grab it, but that's okay. Any friends I'd want? Like Miss Isles would be kind of cool, but yeah, I think we'll look. We'll see what there is. Nothing. I will take the Chris upgrade because it speeds him up a little bit, which makes him a little bit more viable as a weapon. He's still not amazing, but it's at least decent. Let's see what we get. Naturally, we didn't get Weaponized Core, which is the one I was looking for. We could take like Crit Core. We could just go for like Ignition Core since it's usually generically strong. I'm going to go for the Core though. It's another weapon we can use to set off the Flamethrower a little bit quicker. And it's, if we do end up going for like, or Rocket Launcher rather, and we can, if we do get a Flamethrower, we can use it with that. Crit Core would have been okay, but we don't really have, like our skills and board aren't great for crit currently. We definitely win this. That's a very small Regal Blade for day 2. I guess I could have just got it, but you definitely want that a lot higher if you're putting it on the board. But yeah, this will probably carry us to like day 5 or 6. So we're gonna need to pivot into something. Left-handed is such an awkward one though. Just take the guaranteed gold and XP here. And we'll check in mediums because there's a few good ones we could get. I don't have any of those. I will take the extra damage here, and we will grab the bug generator. Just in case we're pivoting into, like bugs later or something along those lines. Probably won't, but you never know. Sometimes it's what the game gives you. Rigged, of course, would be excellent here. Rest is whatever. There we go. Lots of damage. Our pulse rifle's like really carrying right now. It's very, very strong. It's doing a ton of damage, but the rest of it's like not. These things aren't too bad either. Especially the Uzi is like. It always surprises me how much the Uzi does. Main issue with it is it just runs out of ammo in any longer fights. Uh-oh. I've been demoted to bronze 37. Well, this is an interesting one. I'm going to restart the game real quick. Be right back. And we're back. Just restart the game real quick. Hopefully that fixes things. It's always worrying when you go back to the menu and like something's messed up. I usually just restart the game to be cautious because I'm always worried about opening it and there's like a rollback or it's just broken again. I have to restart anyway. Okay, so we have an upgrade. Okay, we got the force field. Don't really need any of these, or I can't really use any of these, rather. Upgrade doesn't do too much. We'll look for bronze in case I get like right-handed or something. Don't really think I'm. Oh, there we go. Right-handed. Very nice. So now if we do get flamethrower, there's like I could just put it on the board with like nothing else, and it's got quite a bit of damage on it. I'll take Granola Bar. I don't hate Granola Bar. It's like it's an okay amount of shield for this point in the game. And we'll sell the force field because we're probably not using it just so I can afford my chocolate bars. And I'm not putting this on the board because it would mess up the pulse rifle's multicast, so it's better just to keep it in the bag for now. And at least Chris contributes a little bit of damage. The Firefly wouldn't do very much at all. It only does like 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1, so it'd be like 10 damage. So not great. Not really what we're looking for. Not that Chris did anything here either, but still. That Mac was definitely struggling, that's for sure. Although I think our build would have beat most average builds at this point in time. It's just quite strong. Another bug. Which is kind of nice. Could get another pulse rifle level. I don't know about that. It's 10 more damage, but I would lose my bugs, so I think we're going to pass for now. Need to save up a bit more money for tomorrow, which is when the gold items start spawning, and we could get our flamethrower or some other gold tier weapon, maybe nitro hammer or something along those lines. This is the skill I was talking about at the start. So when you haste get shield, it is one of the skills you can get from gold skills start. It's pretty rare, but you can get it. And you can use it to do like a armadillo carry, which is pretty fun. Multi-tool, it's at least useful for us. It's not going to do too much, but it's something. We'll go for a Hexa, just to XP max. And I need a bunch of gold, so I could get crypto, solar farm's worth a fair bit, and then the enemy itself just drops a little bit more gold than the others.
Your settings are incompatible with
Is slows for 2? Oh. It's a pretty good amount of slow for a silver item. Or maybe I'm just biased because of how bad dually slows are, I don't know. Let's see, okay. Core upgrade is very strong at this point in the game. It's just like a free gold item, which is quite good. Look in here. Coolant is actually a pretty important pickup, so I'll take it and put it on this side of the core. In fact, I think I'll put everything on the left now and just have it boost our coolant. We want Ice 9K. They actually forgot to update Ice 9K as well. He's supposed to gain poison when you use a friend, not when you poison, but or not when you freeze. So he's a little bit messed up. We're just gonna save money for the next day. I'm pretty confident that this build will do fine here. We want to save for one of the cool gold carries. Okay, just a poison build. They also do have Arbalists, which is pretty freaky if they have shot glasses, but they clearly don't yet. Monkey's only at 37, so nothing too scary here. Arbalist does rack up extremely quickly, though. It gets super spooky, super quick. apologies if I sound a little off. Feeling a little under the weather today, but just how it is sometimes. I could put in Pet Rock over Chris, which I think I will for now. It's just a free 10% crit, so yeah, why not? Blaster's not really what we're looking for. Spray's not bad. I could put it instead of multi-tool, I guess. I think that's probably reasonable. And then nothing good. We'll take the schematics. It is a lot of money, but we got some spare cash. I'm gonna dump multi-tool and virus because we're never using any of them. Probably Gearnola as well. Because I want to just make sure I have room to not accidentally lose my schematics. Actually upgrade bronze on the Pet Rock for a little bit more crit chance. Because it's pretty hard to find crit chance on dually, so. Force field we're almost certainly never using. I'm just going to sell it to make sure we have room. Gunpowder is not really great here, but it's at least a little bit on Uzi. We'll take on Gorgon Noble. Could have gone for the Sabertooth, but I'm a big old chicken. And I always get bronze pelt from that guy, so. Might as well just go for the guaranteed play here. And the Petrifying Gaze skill is extremely strong, so nothing wrong with grabbing that. So we could get like a dinosaur would be pretty good with the core. And I could have poison at some point. I'll take it, I guess. Weapon's not really what we're looking for. I'm just gonna go with Mountain Pass for another fight. Fire Mosquito's a potentially good one. Paralyzing Rush can lead to some interesting things. Neural Toxin is great for drill. And then, of course, like Insect Wings are just quite strong. Probo is actually quite good on dually if you're using specifically the weapon core. Otherwise, it struggles a bit. Gene is like Probo plus like Snail and the Spider, and it works quite well. We'll take it. I'm going to hold on to it for now because I suspect we'll be getting... Okay, well, silver items are specifically not what we're looking for. I will be skipping. An upgrade. I think I'm gonna just upgrade the coolant, to be honest. Silver skills are also pretty. We'll check silver skills. Buddy system's not bad. It's only 5% though. A little bit of extra crit could be pretty nice. Yeah, we'll take the extra crit. I think that's reasonable, and it saves me the money for the next day to try to hunt a gold item. I don't think we saw any that day. It was kind of rough. And our build's still strong enough that I think it's reasonable. I was considering upgrading the coolant for, like, if you get Nitro Hammer or something, and it's just strong in general, but I think the skill's more valuable right now. Because we don't actually know what our final build's going to be yet. There we go.
Another round.
Pretty well. Got a perfect so far, yeah. It's reasonably well, I would say. Although, as always, this will fall off, so this is kind of just our temporary build while we look for our end game setup. Calico. That's interesting. We just don't have enough, we don't have enough damage amp for it to be really worth it. Nothing there. I will refresh Quixel because she could have something interesting. She didn't. I'll take the Uzi upgrade, though. Gives us some extra ammo, which could potentially be useful at some point, but not really right now. So we'll look in weapons. There is Bill. Sell Satcom and maybe hold on to Bill. He's kind of hard not to hang on to be honest. Interesting. Could try for like Crane. We'll just grab our Obsidian Rocket Launcher here. That does a ton of damage. And move on. Bill's hard, especially at the level that we got him. So he's going to be stuck at silver potentially. So we'll see. I'd love to get the Infernal Greatsword. It's a very fun item. I'd use it with the... We had a lot of flat damage and speed ups. So it'd be very good to get. Let's see if we get lucky. Yeah, the Cinders would also be okay, and so would most of the skills. Magma Core, not what we're looking for with this build, unfortunately. Or is Laser Pistol. So we could just do, I think we'll just go for gold skills here. It is good for if we do drill, but we don't really have a drill, and we don't have a great build for drill. This is probably the most generically useful, since at some point we'll probably end up with haste. It's just kind of really good for dually builds, so it'd be nice to have. Fortunately, none of those really line up with what we're going for here. Bit of a rough spot. I think if I go here, yeah, that's actually probably better. We'll do the convoy because we need some more XP. Yeah, I think this is better because the core lets me set off the rocket launcher a bit faster, and it's going to be a huge damage spike because of the obsidian enchant we got on it. Athenor. I haven't seen one of these in a very long time. It used to be like one of those strongest Mac items, but it fell off quite a bit because, well, it didn't fall off exactly. They nerfed it repeatedly because it was pretty busted. But we do have coolant, so I think we'll be okay here. Yep. No problem at all. It's interesting they have all talk, but they don't have really any weaponry. Just how it be sometimes. Things have been pretty smooth, but I am still worried about us hitting the wall. We'll see though. We'll fight Mr. Moo. We're just going to XP max. We might even be able to get to 10 before 7, depending on how many fights I get here, which would be pretty interesting. Incendiary round's probably not going to be super useful for us. If I do get that, I mean, it would mean I should probably have taken hotspot and we could have done a cool drill setup. Although I don't think I've seen any drills since like day 1. Yeah. A lot of connection issues lately. Just how the game is today. I don't know. I think there'll be server maintenance in a couple days, so hopefully that fixes up these issues. And then about a week from today, there'll be, well, 8 days, I think, specifically. Well, most incendiary rounds. There will be the big patch, so looking forward to that for the next season. Lots of new stuff to try out, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Oh, there we go, gold stuff. Is there anything I want to upgrade here? Not really. Grandmaster could give me, like, machine learning, but we'll go for gold. There's Nitro Hammer. So, I think we sell Bill. I think we're going to grab the Nitrogen Hammer. And I will refresh this, because I could get something interesting here. Oh, I got Flamethrower as well. Okay. 16. I think I have enough for it. I don't really want to do that yet. So if we sell like this, I can grab both. So Nitro Hammer won't work yet, because all I have is coolant. But long term, it's probably better than flamethrower, depending on what our build ends up being. But there could be something good here, so we'll hold off for now. Alright, so we'll do flamethrower for the time being. I think it's probably the better of the two, just because it outputs a ton of burn. And then from Chili Charles, we could get Ice Hammock, which would be quite strong with Nitrogen Hammer. We could also try like Ice Cream Truck. I've seen a lot of that get used, although we'd have to rework our whole build for it. Well, maybe not Flamethrower yet, actually. Well, I guess the burn's not bad. We'll hold on to it for sure, because I think he just did a lot of shielding. Do need some more flat damage on this, or like a battery hooked up to it or something like that. Igloo. It's a little slow, but it would work with like Nitro Hammer. I think we sell the rocket launcher to make room. There's a chance I use this, because you could use like this, Nitro Hammer, and coolant for some interesting stuff, but we'll see.
Any good fights lately?
Nothing there. Nothing there, really. We'll take the extra Uzi bullets. Just usually a good plan. And we did actually get our enchant before day 7, which is pretty rare. It's quite nice. We could get the drill, but I don't think so at this point. And nothing there. Interesting. So, what do I want my enchant on is the question. I think we might just do the core because it's the safest one, but let's just see what it is first. If it's like obsidian or fire, we'll put it on flamethrower. Okay, well, there it is. This looks like for now we'll be doing a flamethrower or setup. Not too bad. We definitely need some more ways to speed this thing up. So battery would be good, a metronome would be good. There's a couple skills that we could use that would work on it. An even faster core would be nice. Stuff like that. This guy does have a lot of sustain, not a lot of damage. It's just the golf clubs. And he does have ointment, which is a little freaky, but I think even ointment can't quite stand up to flamethrower once he gets going. So, pretty fun build so far. I'm still gonna hold on to the nitro. We're probably never using bugs, so I can probably sell those, but I will hold on to the nitrogen hammer because It's fun for one thing, and we could potentially get like a cool freeze set up for it at some point. Any large items that would work with this particularly, so we'll just take an item here. Granola, not really what we're looking for. Non-weapons is, because there's most of the good ones are non-weapons. Take crypto, of course, some free cash. Nothing, like I could use Zed Shield for like cooldown reduction on the flamethrower, but I don't think it's worth it. Also, I think we just sell that at this point to make room. More crit would also be nice on these. Critting with the flamethrower is quite a lot of damage. Sorry about that. Anyway, I see we're toasting people pretty good. Flamethrower, still quite good. Neophiliac's not bad. We don't have any like round start things, which makes it a little bit awkward, but take schematics back. I'd have to sell like igloo. I guess I could sell the bugs, grab schematics, because there's a chance it'll drop battery. I'm gonna refresh this. It's a bit greedy, but I really need some stuff to speed it up, so it's worth hunting for. 5% cooldown. It's only like 0.3 seconds off. It could make a difference. I'll try to hold on to thrusters if I can. Could do crit, poison. I think we'll do dually because there's a chance I could get firepower here. Firepower or machine learning. I think we got to do machine learning here, actually. As good as firepower is, the lower cooldown, I think, is better here on the core. And it saves us needing to upgrade both of these. So they're no longer fighting over upgrades, which I think is quite good. And the rest of our board is still doing a reasonable amount of damage, so. Let's see. So we're up against DJ Robot with a bunch of nanos and a Obsidian Clarks. Okay, this could be pretty scary. I could see this. But we do like a lot of burns. It's kind of, it might be hard for them to keep here. We'll see. The moment they run out of shield, it just kind of melts. Yep, okay. Longer term, that definitely would have killed us, but luckily that wasn't the longer term. No problem there. Oh, and then the lower cooldown on the core also lets us set off the ray more often, which also scales the flamethrower. We'll take sharpening stone actually, because well, I was going to say the later day sharpening stones can sometimes be good. Sadly not in this case, but every bit helps, especially when it's already obsidian. We'll check Curio. He often has damage boosts. Not many this time. It's okay. I'm just going to sell that for 16. It's close enough, and I need the money. Yeah, but no, I don't have any slows, so the rest of this won't do anything for me. Bit of an unfortunate shop. Normally the slows are some of the best drops from here, but we do not have any, unfortunately. The thing I really want from here, Tropical Island would of course be quite good. Shore it up wouldn't really do too much for us, unfortunately. Tropical Island is nice. Do we give up on the igloo dream? I think we do. I think that our I desynced it by mistake. The desync I've discovered, I think, happens when you oh no, I just leveled up, never mind. Okay, it is desynced though. Put that back over there. I'm gonna go with menu. I think it happens when you sell an item and it's still in the middle of the selling animation, and then you click on it. It gets a little funky. So hopefully none of our stuff gets deleted. That does sometimes happen when they're overlapping in the inventory, but I think I fixed it before we restarted, so it should be fine. Okay, we're good. Definitely don't want railgun. Anyway, so Tropical Island's good because it can give you, it gives dually access to a scaling, so, or not a scaling, but like more HP essentially, which normally is fairly difficult for us to get. Coon could have some mediums that we want. So I could take this and hold on to it in case I find a second one, and then we would get an even faster core, which I think is what I'll do here. It's not super common, but it's not super uncommon either. It's very possible we could find it. And I will look for skill upgrades at this point, because there's quite a few that could be good, and those are none of them, unfortunately. I was looking for any of the flat damage. Neophiliac would be good. Kenai would be good. So, you know, is what it is. So we're against an obsidian shark ray. They don't have the scariest version of the setup. They do have a heavy dog lens, which is obnoxious, but I think we just killed them with the flamethrower. Yeah, we just put way too much burn on them for them to handle it, but 3 items for 8 seconds is pretty disgusting. Shark ray's pretty freaky. If they had like shot glasses, that probably would have killed me, but luckily they didn't. Flamethrower is actually a tool, so there's a reasonable chance we could find an upgrade here. I'm not going to use 3D printer, as fun as it is. And we got it. Very nice. So now we do like an absurd amount of burn damage. Looking Andy. Still looking for, I mean, upgrade coolant, I'll take. We're still looking for battery would be very nice. Metronome is a good one. I'll take metronome. So I don't think I really need the damage scaling anymore, so we could get rid of Alpha Ray for like this sort of setup. Or we could do that. Probably that because the core is already pretty quick, so I think that should be fine. So now our flamethrower goes even quicker. The Property Baron. I always hate doing the guy on the right. He doesn't even give that many more words. Although, of course, Property Baron could mess me up as well. He's pretty freaky. So it's already working pretty well. Especially if it crits, it goes absolutely nuts. It didn't there. Yeah, I like the back and forth here with the haste, so I think that was a good pickup. We can get rid of Alpha Ray at this point. I could actually upgrade. I think I'll just upgrade the scrap metal. Don't have too much else to upgrade, so we'll do scrap metal upgrade, which, although we can't upgrade the core anymore, diamond scrap lowers the cooldown of your core by 1 second. You can do something like that, and now it's at 2.6. So very nice. We'll check Monster Ranch because there's some good stuff here. Usually, SP is not bad, but not what we're looking for. So we'll just take Insect Wing and we'll put it on the flamethrower. Because your main concern with the flamethrower build is definitely just getting it to go off as fast as possible. And since this is potentially the final day, I'm just going to take Relax for a little bit of extra sustain. Okay, and we got hopefully an easy Mac fight. He seems to be losing, so pretty good chance. Pretty good chance. So it's an Ouroboros, so it's like a regen build with like a bunch of poison. This is kind of like a bit scattered though. Because he's got like a regen build, but not really. God, we did almost 1,000 burn. Well, there we go. I mean, that was pretty fun. Pretty standard burn build, or flamethrower build, I guess. We got kind of lucky with the obsidian enchant, but the rest of it was pretty standard. Hopefully you all enjoyed that. It's been a while since we've done a flamethrower build, so that was pretty fun. It feels like I get either like perfects lately or like 7 to 9 wins, but I mean, I'll take another perfect. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you all have a lovely day, and I'll see you in the next one.